having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
This is your before and after story. Southeastern College can help you prepare for a secure and fulfilling career in the growing healthcare field. We offer a wide range of careers to choose from. So whether you want to be a medical assistant, medical billing and coding specialist, nurse, surgical technologist, or another healthcare career, we've got you covered. Become a vital part of a healthcare team and make a real difference. Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sec.edu to get started.
In 1997, thousands of people across Arizona saw a massive V-shaped formation of lights move silently through the night sky. No engines that you could hear, no explanation that fully fitted. 3 years before that, U.S. Air Force personnel in England reported strange glowing lights and a craft in a nearby forest. Events that sparked official secrecy and unanswered questions. In this episode of 10 Minute Mystery, we explore those two mysterious sightings, the witness accounts, and the lingering doubts that keep this mystery alive. On the evening of March 13th, 1997, something unusual caught the eyes of thousands across the state of Arizona. From outskirts of small towns to the urban sprawl of Phoenix, people looked up to see a strange, silent spectacle unfold in the night sky. Witnesses described a vast V-shaped formation of lights, 5 distinct glowing orbs arranged in a perfect, steady pattern that stretched wider than anyone could comfortably explain. This sighting wasn't limited to a single group or location. Families sitting in their backyards, people driving on highways, police officers on patrol, and even commercial pilots all reported seeing the same thing. The lights moved slowly, silently, and deliberately, holding formation as they passed overhead. There was no engine noise, no flashing strobes, just a steady, unblinking glow that left a lasting impression on those who watched. Among the witnesses was Fife Smington, the governor of Arizona at the time. Initially skeptical, he later admitted that he too saw something strange that night, describing it as otherworldly. His account added a rare and serious voice to the growing number of reports. Almost immediately, the military stepped forward with an explanation. The lights were supposedly flares dropped by A-10 Warthog fighter jets conducting a training exercise at the Barry Goldwater Range. According to the official story, these flares would burn slowly as they drifted to the ground, creating the illusion of a large, silent craft with glowing lights. But many who saw the lights were not convinced. They argued that the flares would have flickered, fallen randomly, and eventually disappeared. Instead, the lights moved together in a smooth, controlled formation, maintaining consistent spacing and speed. Some witnesses described the formation as too perfect, with no hint of the randomness one might find from flares drifting in the wind. The event quickly became known as the Phoenix Lights and remains one of the most widely witnessed and debated UFO sightings in American history. It sparked countless theories, from military cover-ups to extraterrestrial visitation, and continues to fuel conversations decades later. So what really passed silently over Arizona that night? Was it simply a case of mistaken flares or something far more mysterious? 3 years before Phoenix Lights lit up Arizona's skies, another mystery was unfolding thousands of miles away in a quiet forest near a U.S. Air Force base in England. It was December 1980, and what happened in Rendlesham Forest would go on to become one of the most puzzling UFO incidents in history. The story starts with a series of strange lights reported by military personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge and RAF Bentwaters, 2 bases used by the U.S. Air Force during the Cold War. On the nights of December 26th and 28th, several servicemen saw unexplained glowing orbs moving through the trees, strange beams of light, and even what some described as a metallic craft resting on the forest floor. One of the most compelling parts of the case is that these weren't just random eyewitness accounts. They were trained military observers, experienced in aircraft, and familiar with the local area. They reported hearing unusual sounds and experiencing strange effects, like malfunctioning equipment and even physical sensations. Officially, the U.S. military downplayed the incident, suggesting it was likely a case of misidentified lights, possibly from a nearby lighthouse or a natural phenomenon. But many of the witnesses say that the explanations didn't fit what they saw. Some were even sworn to secrecy, fueling suspicions that more was going on than the public was being told. Over the years, the Rendlesham Forest incident has drawn interest from UFO researchers, journalists, and government watchdogs alike. Despite declassified documents and investigations, key questions remain unanswered. What exactly did those servicemen see? Why the silence and secrecy? And how does this event connect to a larger pattern of unexplained aerial phenomenon? Like the Phoenix Lights, Rendlesham raises the same basic question. When credible witnesses encounter something they can't explain, what's the truth hiding beneath the surface? Both the Phoenix Lights and the Rendlesham Forest incident share something in common beyond strange lights in the sky. Official explanations that never quite sit right with the witnesses or the public. For the Phoenix Lights, the military's immediate answer was simple. Those lights were flares dropped by fighter jets during a training exercise. The explanation was plausible on the surface, but it failed to match many of the key details. The flares should have drifted downward, flickering and falling separately. Instead, the lights held formation, moving slowly and silently as one cohesive shape. Several witnesses, including pilots and law enforcement, publicly rejected the flare theory, noting how different the phenomenon was from any training exercise they knew. Similarly, Rendlesham's forest official line pointed toward natural or man-made explanations, misidentified lights from a nearby lighthouse, distant stars, or even errant weather balloons. Yet, the military witnesses reported multiple nights of activity, strange lights darting through the trees, a glowing craft on the ground, and unusual physical effects like interference with radios and compasses. These details go beyond simple misidentification. What stands out in both of these cases, which is why I'm lumping them together in one episode, is the presence of trained observers, people whose job it was to understand and identify aircraft and atmospheric phenomena, who insisted they saw something unexplained. Their credibility challenges the official narratives, leaving open the possibility that the truth is more complicated. And then there's the matter of silence and secrecy. In both incidents, governments were quick to offer explanations, but also tight-lipped about the details. Witnesses faced pressure to keep quiet, and official reports remained classified or heavily redacted for years. The lack of transparency only fuels suspicion that something significant and possibly unsettling was kept from the public. So when the official stories don't fully fit, and the experts themselves question what they saw, it begs the question, what are we really looking at? Both the Phoenix Lights and Rendlesham Forest incidents quickly became wrapped in layers of secrecy and official silence. Documents were classified, witnesses were discouraged from speaking openly, and the public was given explanations that many found incomplete or contradictory. Years later, Freedom of Information requests and leaked memos revealed just how cautious the government has been when it comes to unidentified aerial phenomena. Some documents hinted at ongoing investigations and acknowledged that these sightings remain unexplained by conventional means. But clear answers, those are still missing. In Rendlesham, for example, key witness reports describe unusual radiation levels near the landing site and strange marks on the ground. Details the official narrative never really fully addressed. Several military personnel have come forward over the years sharing their stories, often risking careers or credibility to speak out. Similarly, in Arizona, the incident sparked calls for further investigation and public hearings. Even the governor's own admission that he saw something strange added weight to the argument that this wasn't just simply a case of mistaken flares. The secrecy and contradictory explanations fuel speculation about government cover-ups. Are these incidents being downplayed to avoid public panic, or is their information being withheld to protect national security? Or maybe both. Whatever the reason, the government's cautious and sometimes evasive approach only deepens the mystery. When official channels offer uncertainty rather than clarity, the question shifts from what did they see to why aren't they telling us? Separated by thousands of miles and different cultures, the Phoenix Lights and the Rendlesham Forest incident share striking similarities. Both involve credible witnesses, civilians and military alike, who encountered unexplained lights moving with purpose, defying conventional explanations. Both events sparked official explanations that left many unsatisfied, followed by secrecy and silence that only deepened public suspicion. These aren't isolated stories. They're part of a larger pattern of unexplained aerial phenomena that have surfaced around the world for decades. Pilots report strange objects on radar, governments release limited files, and witnesses continue to come forward with stories that challenge our understanding of what is possible. So what do these events mean? Are they signs of advanced technology we don't fully understand, something beyond our planet? Or are they simply mysteries meant to remind us of how much we still don't know? The truth remains elusive, but the lights continue to flicker in our skies, inviting us to look up and ask, what else is out there just beyond our reach? Thanks for listening to 10-Minute Mystery. My name is Joe. I'm the host, and I really appreciate you listening to the show today. If you're a new listener, make sure you hit subscribe wherever you like to listen to podcasts. If you're into darker stories about true crime, you can check out my other podcast. It's called 10 Minute Murder. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can go to 10minutemurder.com. Again, thank you so much for listening to 10-Minute Mystery. See you next time.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationlottery.com.